Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to more adventuring in the Tomb of the Giants. And today we're at the second bonfire in the Tomb of the Giants. And here I'll be showing off how somewhat how the Gravelord Covenant works. But first off, let's gain humanity and kindle this bonfire. So I wanted to kindle the bonfire twice, so that I could get 15 Estus flasks from this bonfire, as I do believe this is the there are only 2 bonfires in the Tomb of the Giants, so it will be good to kindle this one, I guess, at least twice. It's always hard to decide whether you want to kindle a bonfire, but I wanted to try out. I had 1 humanity slot loaded already, and so it wasn't that big a deal. And here I wanted to level up, so I consumed some soul items just to get the required souls, and put some in intelligence, and now we'll use the Eye of Death, which you just use it like this. You have to be in human form, and when you use it, you will curse up to 3 worlds and make those 3 worlds harder. This is an online game mechanic, by the way, so when I say 3 worlds, I mean 3 other people's worlds. And as you can see here, my bonfire is still active, sort of indicating that I could still use it. It's still flamey, so technically I could still use it. Yeah, you can see even the option is there to rest, even though I've already started the Gravelord curse. And you'll see my body is somewhat smoky, black smoky, and that means that I'm the Gravelord, basically, that I'm Gravelording. And like I said, you will curse up to 3 worlds, and which is a shame. I think you could curse a lot more, maybe 10 worlds, but you only curse 3. And if there are 3 people to curse, I guess, in this area. Admittedly, this is one of the harder areas to curse, and a bit mean, I guess, because what happens in the cursed worlds is that the game gets more difficult, and there will black phantoms will appear, and these black phantoms are kind of like the black phantoms in Demon Souls, and they hit much harder and they have more health. So, and it's not like they replace the enemies. So as far as I know, they actually double up. So you still have your normal enemies, you just have black phantoms to accompany them as well. So the game gets harder. And the only way to break the curse is if my character dies or quits the game or something like that. So in the other people's world, there will be a summon sign, basically a Gravelord sign, indicating basically it will appear wherever I am in my game. So technically, if you want an easy invasion, you just stay near a bonfire or something. But I didn't know that at the time, so I just ran around. I assumed where you use the Eye of Death would be where the summon sign would appear, but apparently it follows your character. So like every 5 or 10 seconds, the summon sign will change to wherever you are. And and what happens is that the person in whose world is being cursed will have to find that summon sign, and through that summon sign they can invade your world. And then they will have to go and find you, basically. Although technically, if they found your summon sign, that's technically where you are, so it shouldn't be all that hard. Except, well, the person could still run around and go somewhere else in the meantime when you start invading. So it's not the easiest of things, but it's decent. I think it's a decent sort of game mechanic. Too bad I've never had my world cursed, which is a shame, since I guess it would be nice to just experience the whole thing. You as the Gravelord servant, the person who's doing this is actually can be quite boring, especially if you're just waiting around, because it can take a while to curse worlds and it can take a while for people to invade. So, oh, and doesn't that look like the Ash Lake up ahead? I think if you take a better look at it, if I pan the camera, yeah, it kind of looks like Ash Lake, doesn't it, with all those trees and whatnot. So yeah, I think it is Ash Lake, which is kind of, again, sweet. It means the Tomb of the Giants is sort of connected on one side to the Demon Ruins and on the other side to Ash Lake, which is pretty nice, I guess. Again, I like the level design of this game. Pretty awesome. But anyway, so yeah, you have to be in human form to use the Gravelord activity, I guess, to use the Eye of Death. And you also have to have your boss of the area alive for it to work. Sometimes you might see the Eye of Death usable in other areas where the boss is still alive, but sorry, where the bosses are already dead. But all that does is it still doesn't work. So all it does is just waste your Eye of Death. And here, since we are in human form, we get an NPC invasion. I wouldn't have gone down this way if that message wasn't there, so props to that message. But that was a quick kill. And you'll notice here, I decide to run back to the bonfire after this because I wanted to sort of replenish my spells. But the thing is, the bonfire is no more accessible, which is kind of weird. It kind of seemed like I was being invaded. And maybe I was, you know. Supposedly there are invasions that can happen without you knowing. Sort of like silent invasions. That I'm not too sure how that works or who can do that. Sort of what covenant allows that, I'm not sure. But I tried to go back to my bonfire and I can't use it. I actually at first thought it was because I was, you know, using the Gravelord servant using the Eye of Death, that was the reason why. There's also a crystal lizard there running away, but that was too late anyway. So, but here just skip back to the bonfire and I can use it, which is really weird for me. It kind of sort of indicates that I'm being invaded or something, you know, because when you're invaded you can't use the bonfire. But the thing is, I didn't get any invasion signs or whatnot, so it couldn't have been someone who invaded me from my Gravelord sign, because that would tell you when the person invades. But since I couldn't do it, I didn't really have any other choice, so I just came back down here. And you'll see near the end of this episode that some phantom sort of disappears from my world, from my game or something like that. So I was something like I was invaded, but I swear I did not see any invasion warning, which was kind of weird. Then again, I am in human form, so normal dark raids can invade me. And if you've seen my PvP videos for Gravelording, your normal dark raids are still red, and the people who come to invade you, whose worlds have been cursed, invade you as a spirit of vengeance, so they're blue color. And I guess it's hard to tell if someone's a spirit of vengeance because their world has been cursed, or because they're one of the Dark Moon Blade Covenant people who also invade as a spirit of vengeance. But I haven't really seen that much in this game, so yay, more archer dudes. And here, actually, there can be one of these skeleton towers appearing behind you sometimes, and they can get you sometimes. But in my first run through this area, I didn't really notice anything. You have this archer dude, and whoa, this guy here really surprised me. I almost fell down, man. He almost knocked me off. But you dead now. the other thing that's interesting, I guess, within the Tomb of the Giants is that if you have a light source, so if say I have cast light on me, people invading can't actually see it, which is kind of neat, kind of cool actually. So it means that you don't have to worry about people easily spotting you if you want to be hiding and such. But we're in a new area here, with some random skeletons on the ground again. Just a bit worried they might randomly wake up and start attacking, so always be mindful of that. Oh, and we have some weird looking enemy that might be using magic, I guess, to attack. Whoa! So we've got more than one of them. And they kind of look like, you know, the pinwheel that we fought as the boss of the catacombs. Whoop! Cast light ran out. There's also these small skeletons which are more annoying than anything else to deal with. A waste of a spell, and they're weak and whatnot. And their AI pathing is pretty mediocre. So waiting for like this guy to come takes forever. Look at his little body all attacking everything around him. And then dying. At least again they don't respawn. Again, yeah, so those enemies look like pinwheel. Except pinwheel dealt with fire, I believe. But we killed one guy. And admittedly this place is much easier for me, given that my magic is, I guess, strong enough that I can take almost everything out in one hit. And I can use Homing Soul Mass really well. So this is just a nice sort of alcove to rest at, to avoid fire, to avoid attack. Here I'm actually waiting for these skeleton babies, if they ever come up here. Those guys seem to be stuck behind the wall, so they don't seem to be... Oh! Raised my shield up just in time. But it didn't do that much damage, considering I don't really have... My blood shield doesn't have good magic defense. But we take a shortcut here, and this guy will probably hit me. But we've got 3 people here, so let's try to take them out. Hopefully the baby skeletons don't randomly get up here and attack me. Another one down, and one more left, I think. You dead! So yeah, that was a somewhat simpler way of fighting these guys. There's an item down below. Let's get it. Whoa, and we have another guy. Let's use a Great Soul Arrow this time. Still decent damage. Now here I will encounter a lot of skeleton babies, which is annoying. They're annoying. Look at them. Whoa! I actually lost my bearings a bit. I was wanting to get that item there, but for some reason I lost my bearings and couldn't get them. Yeah, and these things being small, they're really hard to hit sometimes. Yeah, like that. Finally! And it's a white titanite chunk. Not so bad, I guess. And hopefully they don't chase me. Are they chasing me? Damn! Oh, miss. Yeah, I somehow missed an item in that alcove I was hiding at. I don't think it's much, I think it's just a soul item. Need Saint? Why do you need a Saint? We're almost at the end of this area. But as you'll see, as a Gravelord servant, you can actually enter the boss area. That's why I know it's the boss area coming up, because I can enter it. Whoa, skeleton baby. I just wanted to see where that went, but I don't think it is anywhere wholly important. So up here is a fog gate, which leads to the boss of the area, and I know this because I can't traverse the white light. You see, it's grayed out, meaning I can't do it. So, but that's cool because, and here you see Phantom Sapphire has returned home, sort of meaning like I was invaded, which is why I couldn't access my bonfire. But then now he's gone. Well, that's cool by me. I mean, but anyway, this is near the end of this episode. I can't traverse the white light, so I have to quit and reload the game to fight the boss. So we'll do that in the next episode. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and well, see you next time.